Hello everyone, this is Stock Market Daily. Thank you for joining me today. It is March 23rd, 2023. As always, this is not financial advice. Please don't copy my trading strategies because you will lose money. This is only for educational purposes. So as always, I do these videos every single day. If you like the content, please consider subscribing and let's get into it. So you could see that we had a gap up today in the morning. I'm not quite sure what the reason was for the gap up. Maybe the market just assumed that we had pretty big sell-off towards the end of the day and we needed to kind of come back up over here to this level or whatnot. I'm not quite sure what caused this pretty significant gap up. But as you could see, we ended up running from there. And it was almost like a little squeeze right here from the open right up until 11 o'clock or so. There was a little bit of a squeeze. That's pretty powerful, straight up shooter like that. Now, right about here, everything started going south. Now, so with my strategy, sometimes I'm not really paying attention I'm not by my computer. I'm not really paying attention. So I'm not quite sure what transpired here, what caused this eventual reversal here. However, I know that pre-market we actually had some negative comments from Janet Yellen about not backing some of the depositors for the banks or something along the lines of that. So I was pretty surprised that we opened up. I'm pretty surprised that we opened up, higher than the close. And over here we took a complete nosedive, and this prior support level definitely held 39.20 level, and right about here is when Janet Yellen had an interview or a conference, and she made a statement. Prior to that, I believe that she kind of walked back her comments about not providing protection for depositors or everybody who's in the banking system or whatever it was. So the market liked that. Huge green candles, right? And then sold off again, hitting that support level and coming back up. Luckily for me that there was Janet Yellen, who I guess kind of saved the market, supposedly. I'm not sure. I think this is confusing. If the market liked her comments, then why do we sell off here? I'm not sure exactly what was going on, but I was happy to see these green shoots because let's take a look at the trades. So I entered the trades in the morning right at open, and I had two puts at 39.30, which went into the money. It was close to going 39.15 into the money, and 3900 was safe. I entered three calls, and the last trade I placed actually was on the call. So we were going up pretty significantly, obviously, like you saw on the chart. So around somewhere over here, I believe, I entered into my last call position, which was right here at 440.15. And for that, I collected $240. So, a pretty good day overall because I ended up not being in the money, and I ended up selling back or buying back my two puts, one for 20, another one for 10, which were the 39.30s. So these right here, I bought back for $30 total, and everything closed out of the money. I will say this though, when I was looking at the chart, I did notice one thing. I did notice that on the flex grid, which I always have open, I noticed that when we were kind of selling off, right? We started trending down. All the stocks were trending down a little bit. So, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Nvidia, etc. Everybody was trending down. But we had this advanced decline line, which was at that time when I looked at it, so this is the open, right? And if you use these crosshairs, we were somewhere over here. So we're below the level of the open. However, the SPX was still above the level of the open, if that makes sense. So the advanced decline line was, let's say over here, let's say at 1,000. Okay, let's say that was at 1,000, so below where we opened, but the actual SPX was above where we opened. Let's say it was somewhere over here. So at this time, I thought this was suspicious, right? It was suspect that more stocks are going down and we're somehow holding up on the S&P. So, there are some certain stocks that are keeping it up, but how long are they going to keep it up? How much more, how much more selling pressure is left before, or bulls, I guess, are there left before we start giving into the rest of the trend, which is down. So at that time, I was actually going to buy back the 39.30 puts, which were $60 or so each. So my option was either to buy the $60 puts and avoid the whole issue that I could have had towards the end of the day. But what I was going to do was, instead of doing that, I was thinking about buying the 39.35 put, a single put, and I believe that one was like $70 at that point. So I could have spent $70 and left these two alone. And obviously, as you could see from the chart, I mean, this went into the money. This at some point was worth $1,500. The 39.30s were worth like $1,200 or so at some point at their worst position of being in the money. So sometimes you just gotta pay attention to things like that, and it doesn't always work out because the market could reverse. The advanced decline line doesn't tell you the whole story. So I was kind of hesitant about spending an extra 70 or whatever it was dollars for no reason. We still had a lot to go. But it was giving a clue, and that's some of the things that you kind of have to watch out for. If there are clues in the market that you see are going on, then it's a good idea to act upon it. And I should have done it, and that's kind of one of my rules. If I see a clue that something's happening, that I should act on it, and I didn't today. And it would have worked out beautifully for me probably, but I would have had another $1,000 probably a profit, but I didn't do it. I thought, you know what, we still have a lot to go. We'll see what happens. And right from there, it was pretty obvious. I mean, we started selling up harder and harder and harder. And at that point, I said, I'm still thinking that this is going to be okay. The 39.30 is so far away, and ended up going in the money actually. So just a little bit of kind of something to think about, and something to pay attention. If you don't use the advanced decline line, this is Thinkorswim. The ticker symbol is, let me go back there. The ticker symbol is $ADD. So $ADD, and it's very useful. So, and it is the NYSE stocks. So I believe there's like over 2,500 stocks that is in this advanced decline. So for the day, let me go back here. For the day, with all of these credits added up and these debits subtracted, total for the day is $1,700 and $1,705 for the day. So $1,705 for the day. Not a bad day. And especially nothing, with the huge run up, we were up like 1.6%, and then the huge sell off towards the end, got out unscathed, which is the best situation. And to make $1,700, pretty good day. And that's it. Tomorrow's Friday, options expiration. We'll see you guys tomorrow. And like I said, I make these videos every day. Please consider subscribing if you like the content. Thanks. Bye-bye.